Hello, Bone Storm. Welcome to week three. Let's see how everybody's faring. Hope everybody's having a good time. Hope your team's doing well. Kev's going to take us through the recap. So, Kev, you take off wherever you'd like to. I'm guessing it's going to be with your team. So let's hear about this debacle.
It was horrible. I played the other Kevin in the league, the Saquon Haha Mustangs, and he beat me by doubling my score. He scored 176.6, as you can see. Yeah? Against Camp.
That's too bad. It's too bad we don't have the visual acuity. All the thing is blurred stuff, but it looked awesome. That was a good idea. We should have tested it, though. But thanks for just blowing that up.
Camp Krusty, 89. Unfortunately, I lost. I am 0-3. I suck.
Yeah, well, you know what? This week was uncharacteristic. Not for you sucking. That's every week. What was uncharacteristic was Brady's 9.5 performance. No one saw him doing that badly against Detroit.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Dion Lewis, well, he had a bad day. Larry Fitzgerald out with 2.9. Arizona, I don't know what the hell they're doing out there. Thompson, only 2.7. You had Cobb, 5.5. You had literally nobody show up for your team. I mean, nobody showed up for your team. Ezekiel's the highest one. He's at 60. Whereas Mr. Kevin, he has a crappy quarterback day with Andrew Luck, but Saquon, 22, Thielen, 26, Kelsey, 21, Woods, 35, Goodwin, 11. He was and then to add insult to injury, the stupid Chicago defense for 17, and his kicker gets 13. That's most and more than your players.
Yeah, I know. And being the guy he is, he did write me over the weekend and apologize and say it wasn't his fault.
He's the only guy that wins and apologizes. Don't apologize to that kid. You curb stomp that fool. That's what you do. Who's next?
Next, we've got the punishment due taking down the Braille Bombers at a score of 145.6 to 117. As you can see plainly right here.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good. Yeah, this was literally Thunderdome.
At least I tried.
I know. I appreciate you trying, and look at how well it turned out. So this was truly a Thunderdome match with two winners enter. One will be
That's right.
Loser. Who is Master Blaster? Who run Bartertown? So who run Bartertown? Mr. Todd runs Bartertown. Deshaun Watson with 31. Oh, my. Howard and Gordon tipping in for 16. Hopkins, 14. That's a slow day for him. Crabtree, 13. Howard, 13. Galladay, 17. He had a very peanut buttered across effect most of his players to where they all scored pretty high. Whereas my mom, good day for Russell Wilson with 21. A couple of 14s here and there, but then the rest of them, A.J. Green.
I hate the Seahawks.
Okay, thank you. That is not germane to this argument, but okay.
Yes, it was Russell Wilson.
Jason, okay, but anyway, A.J. Green goes out with an injury. Evan Ingram goes down with an injury. Cooper Kupp, nice with 18, but not enough to stop the big punishment doing their roll to 3-0. Who's next?
Next, we have brother on brother. We've got Krostowski Lovejoy Project falling by 5.7 points to his brother. Team Baltimore improves to 2-1.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't know it was actually this close. I know they were back and forth through most of the day, but I didn't know it came down to literally 5 points in the end. Joe finally starts the right quarterback in Mahomes with 33, but Drake for Miami with 3 points in their win, that's out. Theoretically, only 6 points. Again, he's got his two running backs not even scoring 10 points. That's a hole you're digging yourself there. ODB comes in with 21. Nice. Marvin Jones, 16. Will Dissly not doing it this week with 1.4, whereas Mr. Baltimore had Carson Wentz with a down day with 13 in his victory. Todd Gurley with a Todd Gurley performance of 26. Landry with a 22 in their victory. The Browns finally winning game. That was nice. So it was a little back and forth. It was pretty close towards the end, but in the end, Mr. Baltimore wins out. Congrats, Greg. Who's next?
Next up, we had a close one here. Actually went down to Monday night. We had the Malibu Stacies going against a new team name I'm believing is called the Lisi Stratus. It was a 7-point game, 138.1 to 125.4. Dawn Figure Balls and I got. She goes ahead and she starts Fitzmagic over Big Ben on Monday night. Was looking bad up until the second half. Ended up being the right pick, although it didn't get her the win. Got more points than Ben.
Yeah,
and now
0.1, dude. Shut up with that.
The Steelers have that awesome record now of 1-1-1. They finally won one.
Win is all we need. All we needed was the victory. Now we're moving on to the Ravens. I'm happy with that. I'm going to need that name explained, Jennifer, because I don't understand what it means with the least size stratus.
I don't know.
Strauss. I don't get it. Are you a Niner fan? I'll have to ask for more explanation. Yes, Fitzmagic wasn't magic in the first half, but boy, was he magic in the second half, thanks to our horrible Swiss cheese-like defense with 34 points for Fitzmagic. Collins with a nice day was 16. Duke Johnson was 16. Very nice. Kyle Rudolph from where?
Notre Dame.
There you go. Exactly, with 15 points. Very nice. Not enough to stop Phil Rivers being the old man in the sea, but KG at 21. Kareem Hunt gets 2 touchdowns, which was very nice. He walked in on one of them. Carlos Hyde, pretty dang good year for Carlos Hyde. 24.3 on that day. And then the big day, Adrian Peterson for 26 points. Ouch, Don. Sorry for the loss. Close one. Maybe next week. Who's next?
Next, we have, oh gosh, this was close. The Wild Poopers hand the Gentlemen Four Quarterlies, unfortunately, third loss. However, a 1-point difference, 122.5 to 121.2.
That is what SVP would call the bad beat of the week. Boy, only losing by that little and going 0-3 with that. That's like, I mean, come on. You got to catch a break here, Terry, one of these weeks. Aaron Rodgers with 25. Very nice. Pro with 19. Penny, the dirty Penny that day with 0.5. What happened in that game? I don't even know. Keenan Allen, 5.4. What? How does Keenan Allen not score 10 points every game? I'm amazed. Daniel Sanders with a nice hit with 18. Mike Evans with 27 with that long touchdown pass against Pittsburgh. Devin Bunches of Funches gets 16. But the L.A. Chargers defense, -6. There's your victory. You don't even start a defense and you win. Ouch. On the other side, Cam Newton, Cam with 33.6. Very nice. Bunch of garbage for running backs. Brandon Cooks with a nice day with 16. And again, on the other side of it, LA played LA. The LA defense on that one, 14.1. So there's the tail of the tapes. The defense is what it all came down to. I hate that. What's next? Oh, hopefully that phone gets got. What's next?
Rankings.
No. You haven't talked about my game, you big jerk.
I don't want to.
You better talk about my game because I finally came back.
The last game of the week is the Honor Rollers, who barely pulled one out against the People's Champion, 187 to 163.6. Matty gets lucky. Jason does not. He is still Mr. Septober. Come November, it'll be a different conversation. Yes, Matthew.
You are such an idiot. My 2 victories tell you I'm not Mr. Septober. I got it done. Now listen. This was a grand day because I thought I was going down in flames. I'm watching Drew Brees put on a clinic. When he dove for that last touchdown, I'm like, of course, don't give it to Kamara. That would only help me. Why don't you go with Michael Thomas again and give him double points? I was getting knifed every minute of the day. McCaffrey with a great day with 23 points. Thomas with 24. Gio Bernard, my scraps that I laid off, I should have just held on to him because I gave him 19 points for crying out loud. Then Goff, thankfully has a really big day at the afternoon. Comes back, gets me within striking distance. Kamara had a great day with 36. Kamara's just out of
all right, can we wrap this up?
I'm almost done.
Play by play.
Shut it. I'm taking my victory here for a lap. Monday night we start with Brown, Smith-Schuster, and Boswell. And
why don't we break it up by quarter?
Big time. Oh, you want me to? Don't push it. I will do it by quarter. Brown was 17. Brown, we need more work. Smith-Schuster, 22. Very nice. And maybe Boswell. You got to get out of your own head, dude. Only 5 points. You should have made more than that. I'm still one. Take that, Jason. The People's Champ goes down. It's play to win the game. That's right, Jason. I just beat you in this game. What's next, standings, boy? Oh, look, put you to sleep. Yeah, too exciting.
What?
Video presentation around everybody with the I can't see. Again, blurry numbers, people. Do not let the screen fool you. You're not seeing optical illusion.
I'll work on an improvement next week.
You sound like Bob Herman. Will you at least tell me what they are so people can know where they stand?
Of course I will. We have Brockway Division. Alone at the top. We have one of 2, I believe, undefeated teams. Mm-hmm. You can see here clearly. Punishment Due, 3-0. Braille Bombers, 2-1. And the Lovejoy Project, 0-3. I know what it feels like. Okay, Ogdenville. We've got Voldemort on top, 2-1, and a two-way tie, although it says 2-3 on my screen, a two-way tie between Lysistratus and the Malibu Stacies, both at 1-2. So, last place, just one game out of first in that division. I like it. We've got North Haverbrook, the Mustangs, stand alone at the top, our other undefeated team. Unbelievable, Clemens. Well done at 3-0. The Wild Poopers, alone in second at 2-1, and the Four Quarterlies. Terry, unfortunately, sits at 0-3, as do I, which you will see very clearly on this screen here. Finally, the cream of the division, the cream of the league, the Springfield Division. The Honor Rollers are tied with the People's Champions, both at 2-1.
Tied?
Yeah, tied.
Who's first?
I don't know. And then me, I'm first from the bottom, Camp Krusty at 0-3, 2 games out of, no, yeah. 2 games out of first. This is where I make my climb.
Okay, this is it. So, so congrats to both Todd and Clemens. You are clearly leading the pack. It's going to be, you guys have the targets on your back. Everybody wants to take you down. Everybody else, it's still super early in the year. Don't sweat anything even if you're 0-3. You got plenty of time to come back. Let's go to the waiver wire. And I have some really interesting stories from waiver wire. So, first of all, the one that I didn't actually print out today, but I know very personally, was last week, remember, there were no contested spots. Everybody who bid got the person they wanted on Wednesday, right? So everybody puts in Tuesday, they get who they want Wednesday, it's all done. Now, I figure, well, okay, everybody's gone out and got what they wanted. I'll just go out and look to see. Maybe there's some left, some scraps that I could find, right? Oh, Corey Clement? Yeah, sure. You know what? I'll get him as another sub. Maybe I'll use him. You know, there's some injuries in Philadelphia. I'll just bid $1 because everybody's already got it. No.
You're so cheap.
That $15.
That's why you don't get anything. That's why you don't get anything. You're cheap. You did this last week. You bid 2 weeks ago. You bid $1 for some tight end
defense. Shut up.
And you didn't get it. Now cheap. Listen. You have $200. What are you saving it for?
Wait a minute. Now here's the question. Here, folks, here's the trivia question for Mr. Heath. This will tell us what he did on his Sunday. Who do you think was the biggest person on the waiver wire this week? Give me a name. Okay, right there. He didn't watch anything. Calvin Ridley had 3 touchdowns for Atlanta. 3 people. That was incredible. And the last week he scored 18 in our league, so he should have list.
But people aren't like you. They don't draft this week's Todd Yoder.
What?
They wait.
Todd Yoder was
one weekend. You're gonna go pick him up.
So wait. Let's hear. What were you doing Sunday instead of watching football?
I think I watched some football. I watched something. Shut your face.
You don't even remember?
No, that was days ago.
Okay. Anyhow, Mr. And too much there for Kevin. He's lost all of his wits. So, like I said, Calvin Ridley was the hot ticket. He was the hot man to the dance. Who won? Oh, Mr. 3-0 punishment due. He outbid everybody. He's putting all his chips on the table. $45 wins Calvin Ridley. We started.
Who did you bid for?
Hear me out. We started at 32 with the People's Champion. Then Braille Bombers came in at 36. And then the punishment due winner with $45. Whoa. A lot of money to throw around there, don't you, Todd? Okay. Don't you? Coming for you, Todd. Saquon picks up for free. Well, not free. He spent $7 on Baker Mayfield. He believes in Believeland, Cleveland. Jake Elliott, no contest. The next contest was for the Seahawks defense, the team you hate. Funny, 3 bids of $5.
That defense is dirty. I watched that game. They were constantly shoving guys on the ground.
And the push that beat Irish.
Stepping on dudes. Typical Pete Carroll defense. No respect for the game. No respect for players. Do whatever you need to do to win and chomp your gum like you're a rube with 0 manners. And you yell at me for crunching away on phone calls. How come you don't yell at him?
I'd like to yell at him. He's very annoying, but I don't hate him as much as you do. Here's the funny thing about the Seahawks pickup. All 3 people bid $5, so it literally went to the order. So the person that didn't win, sorry, People's Champion, but it was the gentleman for quarterly. So congrats, Terry. You won something this week. You won the Seahawks. There you go. But in big news that Kevin, again, didn't look at, care about, because Lord knows what he's off doing. He's not paying attention this league. There was a little trade in our league. Are you
I heard
interested?
about it. I heard about it. Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, did you see the scraps that Daddy forced on his daughter? This is horrible. For Deshaun Jackson and Derrick Henry, seriously? If
It's a
Bell
guy
gets
that's not
traded
even.
and starts going off, this is going to look like crazy for Pound. Because he got Josh Gordon and Lev Bell. This is collusion, people. I smell collusion. Where's Jake? We need him on the phone now.
It's a typical Steeler move. You got Antonio Brown crying on the sidelines. Le'Veon Bell wants more money, so he ain't playing. It's a player that's not even playing. Is he supposed to play?
No, but he might get traded, and if he does, that's a steal of a deal. Steal. You should be ashamed of yourself, Jason. You call yourself
It's not a trade for Le'Veon Bell for other people. It's a trade for the possibility, however unlikely, for Le'Veon Bell.
I understand.
So relax.
All right, let's move on to. Let's get me calm down. Let's go to this week's games. What the hell, updating app? I don't want to update an app. Dang it. Let's
Well,
go.
while you're looking, people can stare at my screen and see clearly right here.
Clearly, we're looking at
that it's the here's another Thunderdome matchup.
Yes.
Two winless teams.
Oh yeah!
One comes away with a win. The 2-0-3 teams. The gentleman for Quarterlies plays her brother. Yeah.
I love it because somebody's going to walk away at least happy this weekend in the Heath household. Let's see. We got Aaron Rodgers going against Buffalo. Now, Buffalo, up until last week, they were a joke, but now they're no joke. Are they going to be real this week? Are they going to go back to the old Buffalo? I don't know. Now, Tom Brady, you expect him to come back. It's been 2 bad games. He's got to get better, right? Well, Miami is 3-0. And in their division is the New England Patriots. This might be a closer game than we think. Oh, or it's going to go one way or another. It's going to be another close game where Tom doesn't have great numbers, or it's going to be a rout by the New England Patriots. I think
I'm hoping so. I need
a rout. Yeah. You got Elliott going up against Detroit. He's supposed to get a ton. I believe that. The rest of your team doesn't look Reed's on a bye, but just leave him in because I know you want to lose this game to your sister. Manuel Sanders should have a good day against KC because they don't have much of a defense, and she has Mike Evans going against a very tough Chicago defense. It's going to be close. The line gives it to her by 5.4, but I think you steal this one with Tom Brady coming back to his greatness. Now, I said that last week and it didn't come true. I'm hoping for you it does this week.
Well, statistically, my odds get better every week, so you never know.
Yes. Who's next?
Okay, you don't have to ask me because it's clearly on my screen. The Krustovsky Lovejoy Project plays the Punishment Due.
All right. Well, I think we're all I think we're all pulling for Krustovsky because he's winless, right? I believe.
Yeah.
And he's going up against Mr. 3-0. I'd love to topple over this atlas that's holding up everything.
Wouldn't that shake the league up?
But man, I mean, he's loaded with Watson and Gordon and Hopkins. He's got a lot of big talent on this team, and we'll see what happens. And we'll see if he puts in Calvin Ridley or leaves him on the bench just as a stash. On the other hand, Mahomes has been Mahomes. He goes against Denver. That should be a big day for him. I'm hoping Drake gets right against New England. Riddick should do better. ODB, I don't know how he ever does. Sometimes he does great. Sometimes he doesn't do so great. The line is given. Wow. The line is given. Who's duh?
That's the punishment too, isn't it?
Giving Krustovsky 11 points, which I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm hoping Krustovsky Lovejoy pulls it out in a squeaker against Todd, just because I love to see a good upset. Who's next?
Next, we've got the Braille Bombers at 2-1 going against another 2-1 team, Team Baltimore. That's going to be interesting because one team's going to go 3-1, the other one's going to go 2-2. So you never know.
Exactly. And the question is, the big question for Mama is Leonard Fournette. Will he be healthy enough to go? These last couple of weeks, he's been up and down, didn't even play last week. So she's hoping to get him back, I'm sure. So we'll see how that does. Russell Wilson against Arizona. Like I say, Arizona's been horrible so far. They've changed up on the offensive side of the ball. They got a quarterback in there, a young guy. I think it's not Josh Allen. What's his name? I don't know who his name is. Anyway, he's a young kid.
Dynamite.
They gave him the game with like 4 minutes left to win, and he did not do very well. But that doesn't mean he's not going to do well this week. On the other side, Baltimore's got Wentz and Gurley. I think Wentz gets back to right. I think he scores better than he did last time. Boy, he's stacked with Chris Carson and Landry and Gronkowski. I don't see how Mama pulls this one out. I'm hoping for it because she's my mother, but I see Baltimore walking away with this one, unfortunately.
All right, we've got another cat fight coming up here. 1-2 teams. So one of them's going to improve to 500. We got Lacey Stratus against the Malibu Stacy's.
Oh, yes. Let's see. We got Big Ben Roethlisberger going up against those Baltimore Ravens.
Does that phone work?
That's a good thing. But Baltimore, they're a tough team. Let's hope he does well. Rivers against San Francisco, he should shred them, that's for sure. Kareem Hunt, toss-up. He's done. He's had weeks where he's good and bad. Hyde should do well. Adams against Buffalo, I like. Let's see on the other side. We got Collins, Duke Johnson, Julio Jones against Cincinnati. Cincinnati has a decent defense, but they did lose the last game. Kyle Rudolph against the Rams. Rams have had a really good defense. They're giving the line to, that's got to be Leasai Stratus by 2.3. Yeah, I want to say I love you, Don, but I think that Jen's going to pull this one out simply because Phillip Rivers, I think, is going to have a huge day going against the poor hapless 49ers, just losing their quarterback. They're demoralized. Let's see what happens.
Well, I just got a text from her. She says she hates your guts, so it's okay. Okay.
And explain to me how. Keep going.
We have the Saquon Mustangs goes against the Wild Poopers.
Yeah, they're giving me, I'm guessing, the Wild Poopers -29. How can that even be? Is that what the line is? No, excuse me. Saquon has -29. They're projecting him to win by 29. I can't read this. Okay, Andrew Luck. Total question mark. Going to playing at Houston. We'll see how that goes. Saquon Barkley should have a huge day against New Orleans. They haven't had quite the defense at all this year.
New Orleans stinks.
That'll be an interesting matchup because Thiel's kind of the number one guy in Minnesota. They played a crappy game last week. Do they bounce back this week or fall further down the line? Kelsey against Denver. I like that matchup. On the other side, Dak Prescott's their quarterback. Not a big fan of his. Williams, Clement, I don't know. Diggs, if Minnesota does well, she'll do well with him. McCoy, if he plays, that could be a big lift to her team. And she got Deshaun Jackson. Maybe he has another huge day with Fitzmagic thrown to him. I still give the line to Mr. Clemens.
That's your favorite defense. Minnesota, remember?
Hey, they were good up until last week.
Last week.
Keep going. Shut it.
Keep going. In another brilliant scheduling move.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. What's up with this? You want to go back-to-back? You want to get beat twice? Because I'll do it, son. I will do it.
We'll never hear the end of it if you do. But you go against your nemesis, one of two in this league, although I dare say he's probably your biggest one. The Honor Rollers go against the People's Chance, who are virtually guaranteed to win this week, but I'll let you talk through what might happen.
Yeah, it's going to be, again, there's nothing to say because we just saw the mirror image of this one last week. It's a total toss-up. I have no idea. We got Drew Brees going against the Giants. Oh, Christ, he's going to do well again. Meanwhile, Goff going against Minnesota, who I'm sure Minnesota will be Minnesota this week and shut my quarterback down.
Your favorite defense.
I mean, if Kamara has a huge day, maybe. If Brown has a big day, we're going against Baltimore. That's a traditionally tough team. Well, at least I got Jared Cook that's going against Cleveland. Maybe I'll give me some points and lock it against Arizona. But it's a toss-up. I give this one an even split. I'm hoping to win because Lord knows he's going to jump all over me if I do lose. So I hate this matchup that's back-to-back. That I don't like. But, hey, I can only play the team in front of me, and the team in front of me is Mr. Jason. It's on again, buddy.
Well, I wish you both luck.
Whatever. You hate me. You want to see me go down in flames.
I do want to see you lose this week because you're in my division. What am I supposed to do?
I know you need it. Well, hey, this helps you because, again, one of us is going to lose, so it brings you a little closer to the top.
It does help me.
There you go. So Jason had sent out some things about some dates. I got to go back and look at them because I didn't do that before this broadcast. But when I post it, I'll post it in the league manager's notes so that everybody sees what's coming up on there. And we'll get some dates on the calendar for everybody getting together. If anybody has anything else, feel free to send to me. No one else did other than Jason because he and I talked about it. But anybody's open to anything, so let me know, and we'll go from there. But otherwise, I think that's all I have for tonight. Kev, you got anything else other than your fancy electronics behind you?
I tried.
You did. Dude, it would look awesome. If you could read it, it'd be awesome. We'll work on that.
I need a bigger TV behind me.
What's that?
Michael's got it. I need a bigger TV behind me, and then I need to take these lights out. I'll get rid of those. I kind of thought maybe it'd be like a spotlight thing, but it didn't work.
Well, like you said, again, I'll be happy to test with you before the next broadcast so we lock it down.
You're so busy.
I'm not. I'll make time for you, dude. I didn't know you were going to have this kind of thing to bring. So anyway, I appreciate that, Kev. For Kev,
you're welcome.
Pat Dickey signing off for Bone Storm. Kev, take us home.
Stay classy, Bone Storm.